Jenni, as one of the main women involved in NoMorePage3 campaign, can you tell us a little bit more about the campaign?
Yeah, the campaign was set up by Lucy-Anne Holmes back in 2012. It was the Olympics, and she'd gone out to buy a copy of The Sun because she'd heard that this was the best place to get sports coverage. She got really into the Olympics, although she wasn't a huge sports fan. And when she was kind of leafing through the newspaper, she realised there wasn't a page 3 image, and she sort of thought, oh, this is quite good actually. Maybe this is a mark of respect to all of the female Olympians. Jessica Ennis had just won gold and so on. And then as she continued to go through the newspaper, she realised that there was an image that had just been put further back in the newspaper. And it just really struck her that the biggest image on, just at this time when all of these female Olympians had won gold medals and doing so well, biggest image of a woman in the most widely read newspaper in the UK was of a young woman with her breasts out posing for male titillation. So it took some time to get going and then really took off and seemed to attract more and more attention. So by the time the campaign culminated, we had 250,000 signatures on the petition, and finally the Sun did withdraw page 3.
Right. Do you think page 3 devalues women and news for that matter?
Yeah, I don't see how a picture of a woman in her underwear has anything to do with news at all. It's not news. It's pornography. The purpose of it is to arouse men. We did an experiment where we took images of women and men from the newspapers and compared them, and when you looked at how the men were portrayed as opposed to how the women were portrayed, men were wearing clothes, doing things, whether that was sports, jobs, industry, politicians, whereas women predominantly were in bikinis or in underwear and revealing clothes, and it just sends a message out that that's what women are for. That is the purpose of a woman, is to be looked at critically by other people. Very damaging for young girls to grow up in a world where the ideal of beauty is a white, skinny girl with large breasts. That's what you should be like.
How do you see the media's representation of women?
I think it's pretty appalling. It's of huge concern to me. I'm a teacher and I've got 2 young daughters as well, and as a woman myself, I find it appalling when we compare the coverage of men and women in our media. So if we look at sports, for example, women's sports gets the same coverage as darts does, as men's darts does overall. When we look at the way that women are posed in newspapers, the way that newspapers talk about women, whether that's women who are politicians, whether that's women, whatever they're doing, it's all about their appearance, and it just seems to be that no matter what they do, it doesn't really matter, that's not important, it's what they look like that counts.
And as part of our website, we're running a campaign called #HandsOff. So this campaign wants to highlight sexism and sexualisation of women. Would you support something like this?
Absolutely, we're very, very happy to back campaigns that raise the profile of these issues, because we think it's so important. We should have equality, we don't have equality, and we're happy to push and support anything that really promotes that.